Hello, gamers. Oh, sheesh. Welcome back to another amazing live stream by yours truly. How are we? How are we? It's been so real doing all of these visual novels and stuff. And thank you for letting me play the new Yakuza demo yesterday and allowing me to count it as one of the Valentine's bangers. Listen, I feel like, you know, my reasonings were legit enough. Am I right, boys? Come on, come on. But yeah, today we're gonna be properly playing a dating sim. We are gonna be playing more Katawa Shoujo. It has been, I don't know, maybe a week or less since we last played, and I'm excited because I don't think we've met all of our potential love interests. I have not decided specifically who I want to go for. You know, I'm trying to, like, I remember the options, but, like, you know, I'm trying to get their vibes again because I don't really remember, like, all of their personalities and whatnot, because it's been over 10 years since I've, like, indulged in this media, you know? I swear I'm going insane trying to figure out this audio track mixing. I have no clue, bro. Some random Valentine's lo-fi. I don't know what it is. I hate that these ones don't have like a fade out ending, so like I have to fade them out myself if like I'm ending with these songs. It's so annoying. Anyways, let me switch you guys over to the gamer screen and also pause the Valentine's Day beats and give you the Katawa Shoujo beats. Last we left off, we met 3 of our choices, if I'm correct. Is this the right one? Yes. Okay. Bear with me, y'all, because like I said, I'm watching this in a really tiny window. So what I see, I mean, you know, it's probably what you're seeing. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably pretty small for you too. But this game does not like when whatchamacallit, you have it in full screen. It makes the screen flicker. All right. This is our one floor roommate, I guess. Like, he's the only person who lives on this floor for some reason. Okay, let me get comfy, because we're about to settle in. Hello, by the way, to Hydro and Black Blue and Robin. I hope we're all slaying. I swear I'm oh yeah, I read that part. A week sounds about right. That's what I feel like. I need to do... I was thinking about doing Hooked on You today, but then I didn't feel like doing skill checks, so I skipped it. Probably maybe tomorrow, though. There's enough bromance in Yakuza. Listen, but that wasn't even one of the gay ones. At least, you know, we're not gay with anybody specifically that I've decided yet. Wait till I play the game. Alright. Locking in. I turn around. We just got back from class, by the way. I think we were just hanging out with the blonde girl whose name I don't remember, and we had a bit of tea in it. Yeah, all I remember is that she's blonde. I don't remember her name. Sorry. I turn around to see who is talking to me. Oh no, actually I think we hung out with her, and then it was either a different day, and then we hung out with the glasses girl and the pink-haired girl, because they want us to be on the student council or something. I don't remember. I turn around to see who's talking to me. It's Kenji. He seems to be in a friendly mood, although the light glinting off his glasses in the dark gives him a sinister look. It's just me. This makes him pause and lick his lips nervously. Who's me? I don't know anyone called me. Are you some new guy again? His voice is suddenly strained and quick. Yes, but we've met before, yesterday. I don't think so. I would remember someone who I only met yesterday. When was that? What day is it today? I tried to ignore him. Is he joking or what? Prove that we've met before. You live across the hall. You're Kenji. Kenji jumps back, his eyes filled with an uncomprehending fear. How do you know my name? Damn, this can only mean one of two things. Either we have met and you are telling the truth, and I just can't remember it, or you are a spy. He pauses. A psychic spy. His eyes dart around me, trying to peek into my room, although it's hard to believe he can see anything through those thick glasses. His mood swung from friendly to manic in less than a minute. I'm not psychic. How do I know that? I'm not a mind reader. Kenji points a finger in my face damningly. Guys, he got me. Oh yeah, you're right, Lily. Glasses and pink girl are Shizune and Misha. Okay, right. And then there's Hanako, the girl with the long dark hair. You're right, I forgot we met her too, in the library. Unlike you. Stop that, man. We met yesterday. What's wrong with you? I live in this room. Lies. Ooh, smacked it. Lies. If you think you could pass as a Sao because I'm legally blind, you are sorely mistaken. Girl, you might be fully blind, not just legally. Because that's me. I'm him. Like, why would I have the key to this room if I'm not supposed to be here? You don't even look like him. I mean, the resemblance is real slim. Maybe at a distance, but who do you think you're kidding? I want to grab him by the shoulders and shake him. Exasperated, I rubbed my eyes and let out a heavy sigh. See there. Kenji comes closer, one careful step at a time. I stay still, let him assault me physically. I stay still lest he assault me physically, although I doubt he could do much damage even if he did. Oh, wait, I see it now. Damn, it really is you. Sighing again, and then, once again, for good measure, I step backwards, just in case. What's up, man? You don't look too good, I think. Something wrong? Yeah, I don't know, some glasses-wearing freak just accosted me in the hallway. You know, I just realized Kenji is just Minorikawa from 428 Shibuya. I don't remember which one that is. Wait, hold on, let me look. Is that somebody I met before? I don't remember all their names just yet. The reporter guy. Cutely opens Google. Because I don't remember. I still don't remember what he looks like. The name does ring bells, though. I just can't picture his face, which is my constant struggle. Wait. Do I know you? Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I don't know, man. He's kind of got like, he's kind of got like the face that like could belong to anybody. I'm like, that could be anybody. All I know. I don't know. Just had something stupid happen to me. A few stupid things, actually. Even if you discount this one. Oops. I can't get a proper touch on other people here, and I have no idea if it's because of me or because of them. I don't know why I'm telling this to Kenji. It's not like we've had any contact either.
That's rough, dude. Yeah, I'm sorry about calling you a psychic spy and all, but you can never be too careful. It's the hard reality we live in.
I'm slowly starting to think that Kenji isn't necessarily living in the same reality as the rest of us. I mostly remember him by his clothes. That's probably gonna be how I do it. I'm gonna be like, I don't know, man. You could be anybody, but you are wearing a trench coat, which means I think you are him.
You see, this is how it is in this world. There is no justice, you see. Even when I lose, I win, because I don't lose a lesson.
What does that even mean?
It doesn't matter.
He dismisses it flatly with a wave of his hand.
So what happened? Why the long face? Do you have a long face?
Yeah, it's nothing. I just scared some girl off accidentally. Literally, too. She actually ran away from me. I don't know why that's funny. He's just like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I accidentally scared a girl away. And I mean literally. Like, she ran from me. It was crazy. Anyways, how's your day? Was my fault, really, I think. I'm not really used to all this yet.
A girl? A cute one?
You wouldn't even be able to tell. Cute, that's a hard question. She had a nice body and really beautiful hair, but the face. I guess it could go either way. She was cute, I guess. Yeah, cute, I guess.
I knew it. There are a lot of cute girls here. A strangely disproportionate amount. I believe this is one of the dark secrets of this school. I tried to warn you, man, but did you listen?
Why you gotta say it like that? Bro's, I can't even say he's trying hard. He's trying, like, the bare minimum amount to not be, a disrespectful ableist asshole. And I hate that the bar's so low that I have to be like, dude, yo, proud of this guy for, you know, giving it half an attempt. That's how low the bar is. I don't remember any such warning. Dark secrets?
Yeah, dark secrets. Extremely dark. Like a black hole. Have you noticed the number of girls in this school is slightly but significantly higher than the number of boys? It's like 60 to 40.
He turns his head to the left and stares off into the distance at nothing.
Why is that? Why is it like this? I mean, to the untrained eye, it doesn't appear to be that bad, but that's like a full 20%.
Which is funny that he mentions this, because it was the first thing I noticed when I looked into that classroom the first time. At the beginning of the game, when we first transfer, and, like, we're looking at the whole class, I was like, damn, there's a lot of girls in this class. What were y'all's classes like? In whatever grade. I'm trying to remember any of mine. If it was, like, crazy one way or the other. I'm not sure.
One would think that a school with such a huge pool of women would be a man's dream. But no. What I'm about to tell you could blow your mind. Are you ready?
I don't know where this is going, but I think I won't be missing much by cutting it out now. No, I'm not ready. I only get as far as turning the doorknob before Kenji starts talking again, showing that he doesn't really care if my mind is blown or not.
I believe that this school is a battleground, the site of a feminist infiltration. This disparity is the number of men to women is a clear sign of how far they have come. In case this Cold War turns hot, they will have the superiority in numbers. Just another skirmish in the eternal war against the forces of the feminists. They're everywhere. In Japan, women outnumber men. It's not a 60-40 split, but it's only a matter of time, man. Even in America, Women are the majority by a hair. They're building up their numbers. In the past, the buildup of a military has always been the clearest sign of imminent war. Japan is just the first step. Our economy is badass, and the country itself is small and isolated, yet a huge part of the Pacific in terms of political value. The perfect target. They are so cunning, as expected of women. Soon the day will come when...
Kenji's voice trails off ominously.
That's why you can't trust them. They'll string you along and then kill you, just as they killed me. You will end up just like me.
Oh, hell no. I can't stop myself from blurting it out.
Hey, what the hell does that mean?
You said it, not me. It's the best I can think of.
So, you're not supposed to say something like that. Damn, so rude. Where was I? Oh yeah, vast feminist conspiracy.
Stop it, stop. I lost you way back there somewhere around feminist infiltration.
Too hard to follow. It's cool. I have some graphs and stuff in my room, and puppets. You like puppets?
No puppets.
You don't like puppets? Okay. Graphs are still cool though, right?
He speaks energetically, responding almost before I'm done talking, moving his hands in an animated way as he continues to rant on. This is too strange. I had him pegged as relatively normal, but it's clear that I was wrong.
Something on your mind, dude?
Just thinking about what it's like to be the last sane man in an insane world. Kenji frowns, looking deeply upset.
Hey, you mean that's you? That can't be, because I'm the last sane man
Fuck.
Because I'm the last sane man in an insane world. This is my dream. You can't just steal a man's dream. What the hell? There can't be two last sane men. It would invalidate the whole last part. And that part is kind of important.
I unironically do think he is pretty ableist though, even if he doesn't want to be. It's an intentional part of his character. Oh no, yeah, 100% Hisao. And then Kenji's got his own problems. But yeah, I think that is kind of like the point, is like he comes in being like, oh my god, I hate my disability, and I'm here with all these freaks. And you gotta be like, Hisao, what the fuck, bro? I'm like, you can't say that. I was like, listen, man. They're just living their lives, brother. So you've got that trained eye. Bruh. Mine are all 50-50. I do got that trained eye, though, for real. I was like, now wait a minute, there's a lot of girls in this room. That couldn't be for romance reasons, could it be? But I mean, I'm glad that yours are 50-50. I'm trying to think of my IRL schools. I don't know, in my head they seemed like pretty even. He's about to introduce us to lesbians. Hashtag Yuri, if only. Every time we meet Kenji, though, I once again bless my life thinking, boy, I'm sure glad I don't live near this guy. That's actually real. It's like, you know what? That's probably, this is probably the reason why they stuck him all the way at this top floor with nobody else, because everybody else defo complained about him and was like, he won't even let me get blah 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 blah. I'm like, bro, build him a little shack by himself, I'm begging you.
There can only be one, like in that foreign movie where they could only be the one. And in the end, there is only one dude left because that was the point.
I have never seen anyone talk so heatedly and so defensively about absolutely nothing before. Average moment for this guy, I think. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay.
Anyway, if you wait here, I can get my graphs. I also have a list of the other dark and complex conspiracies that this school holds, as tangled as... Quick, finish my analogy for me, be a pal.
I'm going to bed now, it's extremely late. He said, wait, finish my analogy. I don't even remember what he said, so I can't even finish it. Wait, did he just make a reference to Jet Li's The One? I've never seen it, but I would not be surprised. He looks like he would make references like that.
That doesn't sound like an analogy, but whatever. I like you. You seem like a cool dude.
Nothing's worse than not liking somebody and having them think that you guys are like besties. It's the worst because you're like, because you don't want to be mean. You don't want to be mean. So you're like, how can I like stop this from happening? And like the only way you can stop it from happening is to be blunt, which everybody takes as being mean. It's rough.
Most people don't understand what I'm talking about. When I try to explain the vast feminist conspiracy to them, denial is a terrible thing. Later.
He claps me on the back and then vanishes into his room so quickly and quietly, it's like he didn't even open the door, but instead walked right through it like a ghost. I don't know if I can fully digest what just happened, so I give up and just go to my room, kicking off my shoes before falling face first into bed. It takes me some time to relax and get up so I can get started on homework. It's because the sheets are cool and comforting against my cheeks, and it feels good just lying there with my eyes closed. Yo, I felt that. This school is some kind of bizarre and surreal island, is like some. It's isolated on top of a mountain, and each person is stranger than the last. I just can't seem to fit in. What irony. One would think that fitting in a place like this, that's made for people who are unfit for anywhere else, would be easy. Maybe I'm trying too hard. Honestly, genuinely, a lot of times people are just, they just try too much. You need to try a little less. Just chill. Although I say that, it doesn't help to take the edge off, and the words are left echoing off the empty walls. Yet another movie added to the list of things we need to show Luna. That list is gonna be so long. Might I say Psyche K? Help. I'm worst fear in a relationship. I'm assuming that's what I say. My worst fear in a relationship is someone liking me more than I like them. That's so real. But then also the other way around isn't good either. Like you liking them more than they like you. Rough. Is this the problematic game? Define problematic. I mean, yes. This is the what is it? Was it 4chan? The 4chan game. Sorry, I'm choking. I guess it's not as bad as I expected, though. This place really is more a school and less a hospital, pretending it's a school than I thought it would be. If nothing else, the scenery is beautiful. I open one eye, seeing the school books and bottles of pills arranged side by side on my desktop. Maybe this place is too much like a normal school after all. Good night. We are just now getting the title card. That's a funny. Or no, maybe that's just like the transition. Okay, maybe it's fine. I feel very tired this morning, probably because yesterday itself was a very tiring day. On top of that, I woke up far earlier than necessary. After saying hi to Shizune and Misha, I started doing the work as instructed from the board. It already looks like today is going to be heavy. I don't have a problem with that now, though. Shizune and Misha might jump on me trying to get an answer about whether or not I've decided to join the student council, even if it's just one day. I wouldn't put it past them to try, and I don't have an answer for them if they do, so this situation is convenient for me. About 10 minutes into class, Hanako... Hanako? I forgot. Is it Hanako? Yeah, I'm gonna say it like that. I like that better. Hanako walks in and takes a seat. But no one looks at her. The teacher doesn't even comment on her lateness. Bro, at this point I'd be like, if you show up to class, good enough. Yeah, I don't check my messages before I send them. See, I don't either, which makes me end up having to go back, like, on Discord and edit it. Like, to be so honest with you, if you guys see a message and it's not edited, like, I did good that time. Just YOLOing, correct myself after the fact. Real. Listen, half the time, if you guys make typos, I just assume that I can't read. I'm like, is this me or you? You got all the illiterate bitches together in one group. And said, alright, make it work. I only notice it when Luna tries to read whatever nonsense I've said. 9 out of 10 times since me. Yeah, Hanako walks in. He does, however, stop us to say that we're going to break into groups again. Meanwhile, I'm being kidnapped. I turn my head and see that Shizune and Misha are looking at me. Shizune gives me a smile that is equal parts cute and menacing. This is a smile that says, we have you now, there is no escape.
Hee-chan, it looks like we're together again. Yay, yay!
Misha leans sideways, while Shizune pushes her desk closer to mine. There really is no escape now unless I were to jump through the window. Jumping out the window isn't the best option, sadly.
What's wrong, Hee-chan? Oh, Hee-chan, have you been thinking about what you said yesterday? You said that you would think about joining the student council, didn't you? It's okay, Hee-chan. We were talking about it after you left, and it would be rude to expect you to already have an answer for us this early, right? Right? Ha 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 ha!
I'm so happy you two are able to laugh at my expense, and even more pleased to know that you both know how crazy the two of you can be. Now that that's over, Shizune snaps back into serious mode and smacks today's assignment with the back of her hand in an overly dramatic and important way. When I actually look at the stuff, it's mostly just reading. In fact, there are only 2 problems. I almost want to say something about how her rush to get started seems a bit much, considering the small amount of work. In fact, Shizune probably knows how little there is and simply doesn't care. Yeah, it seems like the workload doesn't matter to her as much as the fact that there is work. The actual amount is unimportant. She approaches everything with the same level of ambition. It's that girl! The girl that literally ran away from me the last time I saw her. While I'm reading, I let my eyes wander around the room and catch Hanako trying her hand at solving the problems. It looks like she's working alone. I can't remember seeing her working with other people before. Thinking back to how shy she is, it's understandable. Hey, that girl over there.
Huh? Who, Hee-chan?
Her, Hanako, over there. Does she always work alone?
I think so. Hee-chan. Do you feel sorry for her because she's alone?
I was just thinking that maybe she could work with us or something.
No, I don't think that would be a good idea, Hee-chan.
Why not?
Shi-chan wouldn't get along with her.
Why? Misha shuffles around the question, letting out a laugh that sounds very strange. It's nervous, but still has that lilting up and down quality present in everything she says.
Just because, Hee-chan.
Listen, aren't you the class representative? How are you gonna be beefing with people? Like, you would not like somebody and still work with them. You know? Like, you're gonna let one of your classmates work alone just because you got beef. That doesn't really make you a good president or class rep. But that's just me, though. Like, if they had they could have lied. They could have lied and said, oh, Hanako, like, has said before that she doesn't like working with people. Would have been a better answer. Bad speller versus bad reader equals immovable object versus unstoppable force. Actually real. Hisao, you get to hang out with 2 cute girls. Don't be a wuss. By now, Shizune has noticed our conversation, and it makes me realize again how Misha has been signing everything she has been saying this whole time.
What? Shi-chan? The friend of my enemy is my enemy? That sounds harsh. I'm not going to say that.
You said it anyway.
I know, Hee-chan. It's fine if you overhear.
I wonder if this is Misha's way of keeping things fair, since without her, I wouldn't be able to understand a thing Shizune is saying, and vice versa. Is that also why she signs all the time, so there is never a conversation Shizune will be left out of?
Anyway, we should start on our problems now, Hee-chan.
I don't know. I wouldn't accept that answer. I'd be like, no. Explain. Like, what do you mean, bruh? Oh, I don't think I read that. Wait. We finish with time to spare, and I decide to ask if there are any alternatives to the cafeteria, as frankly, the food so far has been subpar. That is what I missed. I was just able to catch it when I paused the screen. This sends Shizune and Misha arguing among themselves about their favorite restaurants. All of them are downtown, so I don't think we have time to go all the way there. And what about the bill? Are they arguing just for the fun of it? Maybe. They seem so distracted by it that they don't even notice the start of actual lunch break. I look over my shoulder towards the back of the classroom. She seems to be studying her notes from the previous class. It's an odd sight. Everyone else in the class is busying themselves with the lunch break, socializing, gossiping, rearranging desks. The ones with actual boxed lunches mixed in and chattering like everyone else, only interrupted by short bouts of eating. But when I watch Hanako, it feels like I'm the only one who can see her, almost as if she was invisible, sort of hiding in plain sight. Is she being bullied? Is she isolating herself from the rest of the class of her own accord? I look over her. Oh my god, I'm having a stroke, I think. I see her look over her shoulder towards the classroom's rear door. Come to think of it, she hasn't turned a page since I've started watching her. I guess she's waiting for someone. What to do? Alright, gamers, what do we want to do? Wait for Shizune and Misha to come to a decision, go talk with Hanako, or read my book? What do we want to do? I'm assuming if we do the top one, that more leans us towards those girls to date, and then go talk with Hanako probably leans us towards her stuff, and then read my book maybe puts us on somebody else's route, maybe, I don't know. Or like, you know, sets the tone for that. To be so honest with you, I'm not at all interested in Shizune or Misha. They kind of annoy me a little bit, low-key. Because, like, I don't know, I hate pushy people. Like, don't tell me what to do. You know what I mean? Like, you're making me feel like I can't say no to joining the student council, which makes me want to say no even more. You know what I mean? And their total, like, non-answer. Like, you could have explained it without explaining the situation. Like, something happened in the past between these two, and now they have beef. Like, that's all you had to say. I'd be like, okay, word, period, I get it. I vote go talk with Hanako. I think that's what I want to do. They also annoy me. They were the last route I did, and my second least favorite. You're so real. I think, honestly, from what I remember, I feel like I did her route, Hanako's. Or at least I wanted to. I don't remember if I did, because, you know, chronic no game finisher. And then there was another girl I think I did, but if she pops up, I'll let y'all know. But yeah, I want to go talk with Hanako. I still feel bad for making her run away yesterday, so I'd better say something. Bro, I know as soon as I get up, Shizune and Misha are gonna see me and be like, what the Sigma? Hey there, Hanako.
Hisao?
How do you know my name? Wait, how do you know my name? Did I introduce myself yesterday? I can't remember. Well, at least she remembers my name. Okay, I guess I did introduce myself. Hey, I just wanted to apologize for yesterday. I didn't mean to startle you or anything. I'm just new here, and I thought I should get to know my classmates. As Hanako looks up at me, I notice her scarring once more. It's a little bewildering that you can barely notice it from across the room, but it's so noticeable from up close.
That's okay. It was my fault.
Nah, that wasn't anyone's fault. It just kind of happened. So, are you waiting for someone? I saw you looking at the door before.
Yes, Lily.
Oh, you guys are friends? I know her. Oh, you mean Lily the blind girl? I mean, like, yes, that will get people to realize who you're talking about faster, but a little tact. Sal, a little tact. No, yeah, I remember meeting at the library. I just don't remember, like, introducing myself. I don't know why, I just assumed that, like, she bolted right away before we could say anything at all. But that is clearly not true. Listen, even when I was describing her, I was like, oh, you know, the blonde one? Like a normal person. I was not like, oh, what was that one blind girl's name? Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you know, the one with, like, the scarring all over her face. Like, I'm not gonna say that. I'll just be like, what's that long, like, the dark long hair girl with the purple, I don't even know. Would you call this purple hair? Purple eyes? Something like that. It's like purple toned, definitely. Sorry, I forgot how to read. Hanako only nods in response. I can't help but wonder if defining people through their disabilities is a faux pas of the worst kind, or just normal here. You know, at least he acknowledges it. Yeah, I was gonna say... They literally have a whole classroom full of blind and partially blind kids. So it's like, oh, Lily the blind girl? Like, I mean, yes, there is a blind girl named Lily, but like... what if there was two? You know? I guess that explains why Lily took off after her yesterday. She seems like a nice girl. Are you two friends?
Yes.
As if hoping for Lily to appear, she checks over her shoulder and she's like, help, this weird man's talking to me. I think I'm making her nervous again. I hope I'm not disturbing you right now.
No, that's not it. It's just easier if Lily doesn't come here.
Oh, because it's hard to get around the classroom?
Not really.
Hanako's gaze drifts past my shoulder and towards Shizune. Oh, they're giving her a hard glare right now. Shizune? Hanako nods. Ooh. What about her? Don't they get along? Hanako shakes her head. I don't know how it works, like student council works in like Japanese schools, but does like, I don't know, like the class rep for each class, like are they automatically on the student council or are those like completely separate? I don't know. I don't despite the vast amounts of games I've played that take place in a Japanese high school, I don't know all the nuances. No, student council and class rep are separate. Okay. I'm surprised. I'm just surprised that I'm having a stroke. I'm just surprised that they would pick like one person, aka like Shizune, for a class rep and class president, like school president. I don't know what the fuck how you call it, but student council president, right? Isn't she student council president? I see that, like, is that not crazy workload? I mean, if you can do it and you do it, like, I mean, what the fuck can I say? You know what I mean? Hanako shakes her head. Clearly, this is something she doesn't want to talk about. None of y'all want to talk about it. I want to know the tea. Oh, what the hell? It does make a strange sort of sense. Shizune and Lily not getting along so well. Communication between the two would be all but impossible. It's hard enough to talking to Shizune through Misha, even when you can see whose hands are talking. Hanako is so focused on Shizune that I am the first to notice Lily at the door. Oh, she's here now. Hanako spins around to confirm this. Upon seeing Lily, she moves quickly to the door. Huh, she's already in here. Guys, Yuri? Wait a minute. When the student council needs something from a class, they go to the rep and make them get it done. Oh, so they're lazy. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. And yeah, she is also president. I don't think it's normal that someone is both. Okay, that's what I was thinking, because I was like, I feel like that's just like a weird amount of like work. Huzzah! For Yuri?
Lily.
Oh, I don't remember what voice I gave her. What voice did I give her? Prim and proper British? Say less. I got you.
I love British people. Hanako. Good morning. Is the president here?
Oh, and she's class rep, too. Lily. She's class rep of her class. And, and she's beefing with Shizune, who's class prez. Like, that's gotta be rough. That's gotta be rough.
Yes.
Hanako glances over her shoulder at Shizune again, as if to confirm she can't hear them, even though that's impossible. Yeah, but like, if Misha...
Listen, I know, like 4 to 5 British people.
Sorry, I just love that. I love that phrasing, you know. Alright. I suppose we better be off then. Lily's sigh and tone of what seems like frustration makes me raise an eyebrow. I guess there's some kind of enmity between the two. It's intriguing, but that's not really something I'd ask about. I'm sure if they wanted me to know, they would tell me. It's only my 3rd day here. I should be trying to make friends, not finding out why people are enemies. I think we've already accidentally, like, pissed them off, though, because we're talking to their enemies. Still, it's a little funny to find out that this school has little feuds, just like my old high school. I mean, listen, like, teens will be teens. Like, even adults, they will find any way to, like, get into petty arguments, bro. Trust me, go to any, like, retail store, even office jobs, the tea. Sorry, I was checking something. Sorry. Even if people are more tolerant of others, they're still going to get on each other's nerves. That is true. But that's actually how you show equality. It's like, I'm going to have beef with you regardless about what struggles you might be going through. Hey, Lily, how are things? I'm sorry I made you run off yesterday.
Oh my, is that Hisao? I didn't realize you were here.
It seems that Lily is a little embarrassed about being so frank in front of me.
Sorry, Lily. I thought you realized. No, it's all right, Hanako. Hisao, please don't worry about yesterday. It was just a misunderstanding.
If you say so, I'm still working this place out.
Well then, I think you'll find most people here are a lot more forgiving than elsewhere. If you are feeling a little confused, please don't be afraid to ask questions.
Sure, I'll remember that.
Lily?
Lily gives a small nod of acknowledgement.
I'm sorry, Hisao, but we must be off.
Hanako doesn't really look all that comfortable here right now, and Lily still seems a little embarrassed. I wonder if my apologies really made any impact. Mind if I accompany you two? I know I'm kind of pushing it, but Lily hums quietly, still smiling. I'm sure that we could accommodate you, can't we, Hanako? She looks at Lily, then at me, and then she freezes, wide-eyed. Sure. Well then, shall we go? And she loves tea, you guys. Lily might just be British. I'm sure Lily wouldn't do this so easily if she saw how scared Hanako looks, but it can't be helped now. Declining after the deal is sealed would only cause confusion and problems. This painting is my least favorite painting. I don't know why I don't like it. So we leave, all three together. I just know this might be my long-lost sister. It is true, she's blonde. And I think her, you know, well, I don't know if her eyes are blue just because she's blind or if she's blue-eyed naturally, but I'm going to say that she is. And that's why. So we all three leave together. But yeah, I just know Misha and Shizune are fuming right now. But see, they wouldn't be if they just told me what the beef was about, right? Because if they had gotten to me first and was like explaining the beef, I would have been like, 100%, bro, fuck them girls. But they didn't, so, they lost out on that opportunity. That's not my fault. I had that painting as a desktop background on my old computer. That's funny. I don't know, like, something about it, like, it just, like, freaks me out. I don't know. Lily walks beside the wall, letting her cane gently tap against it every now and then. Hanako comes along right beside her, so close that she's practically half hugging her as they go. Although it must make her walking that much harder, Lily takes it in stride. As we turn around the corner of the hallway, something hits me in the chest with the force of a steam train. Hanako shrieks a little and my vision briefly goes black. Ouch. Dude, I've got a heart condition. Please. Opening my eyes, I see a pair of saucer-like green eyes looking up at me. I think I remember this. I think I did go for her route one time. Because, like, I have, like, a memory of us running together. They belong to the perpetrator. A short girl who bumped into me has now fallen down onto the hallway floor. She wears a PE uniform and a very worried frown. The former strikes me as a rather strange thing to have on during a lunch break. More striking than that, though, is that she doesn't have legs. They're like, just in case you couldn't see it before, let me do a zoom in pass over. Or she does, but they're not flesh and bone. Her pale and very much flesh and oh my god, why do I keep saying blown? It's like I'm trying to say blood and bone at the same time, and it's pissing me off. She was my first route. She is really cute. Like, I don't remember anything about her personality, but I do remember that. Get blown. No! Or she does, but they are not flesh and bone. Her pale and very much flesh and bone thighs end in shins and feet made of black metallic or plastic-like material. They look disturbingly artificial and unnatural. It almost makes me forget that my chest is hurting. The girl winces a little, rubs her nose, and jumps up. Did you break your nose, bro?
Oh, man. Hey, are you alright? I'm really sorry about that, really. I wasn't looking where I was going, and you just came out of nowhere. Sorry.
She's looking really apologetic. In the hurt puppy way of looking apologetic. I quickly forget about being angry or anything since hurt puppies are my weak spot. It's okay, don't worry about it. Ouch, though. Bro, you could have just kickstarted my heart into not working properly, and that would have been crazy. Oh. I say that, but there's a stinging pain growing in my chest, and I know that this is about the biggest possible danger for my condition. Don't overexert yourself, don't forget your medication, and most of all, don't get hit in the chest. I tried to rub my solar plexus to chase the pain away, holding my breath in an attempt to hear my heartbeat. It seems normal.
Hey, should I get a nurse?
The worried high-pitched voice of the girl snaps me out of it. I stare at her for a few seconds dumbfounded until I realize that I probably looked worse off than I really was, doubled over myself and looking all tense. Damn, I'm overly worried about my heart. No need. I'm fine. I always thought that Japanese gym outfits were fucking weird. Like, why is it okay that the girls wear, like, basically underwear as bottoms? That's weird. It is weird, and I won't say that it's not. I don't like it, and I've never liked it. Like, I'm just like, why, though, if not for perverted reasons? Because why do the men get to wear, or, like, the boys get to wear shorts, and they don't? Like, there's no reason for it. Like, there's no, like, sports reason for it, bro. But whatever. I also feel that way about women's volleyball. Why do they have to wear really the most shortest shorts I've ever seen? I don't think it really does help when the men wear the like longer shorts and they're totally fine. It's a cultural thing. It's a stupid cultural thing. I'm sorry, it is. Like, why? Why? There's no reason for it. And if somebody does get offended for that, I don't know, be offended, I guess. If I'm not mistaken, the gender disparity in Japan is more pronounced compared to other countries. I think the men should wear short spandex in volleyball. In volleyball, bro, how to say that twice. You know, listen, if they both wear the short shorts, you know, it wouldn't be an issue. That's all I'm saying. No need for the second bit. Managing to say something in response. I pull myself upright, feeling my sore ribs one last time, and take a deep breath. Define short. I just felt like I needed to reaffirm. I need cheeks falling out. She just knocked the wind out of me big time, but it's nothing more than that.
Are you sure you're okay? I hit you pretty hard.
It's okay. I said I was fine and nothing's broken. No harm done.
That's good.
Oh, hey, you guys.
Hasao, what happened?
She's not quite up to speed for obvious reasons, but she does sound very worried. More than what the situation deserves, really. Someone just bumped into me, nothing serious, just winded.
Sorry, it's my fault. I was just going to get some stuff and I was kind of in a hurry. That someone here is Emmy, isn't it?
The little girl coughs quietly and shuffles her plastic or metallic feet. I like how he's like, plastic or metallic. I don't want to get it wrong. Looking down at them before saying anything.
Hi, Lily. Hanako.
I guess the girls know each other.
Do please try to be more careful. You might be sturdy enough to endure these sorts of accidents, but there are people who aren't. Like this little weak bitch boy with his weak heart. The girl blushes and starts fidgeting nervously like a little child caught misbehaving. It's so cute I find myself smiling. I know that. I gotta go. Teacher will have my head. I promised to help with printouts, but I went running instead. Sorry, but I gotta change and everything. Before any of us can say a thing, Emmy has already bolted away, leaving the hallway eerily quiet. Does that kind of thing happen often around here? There are more rules in Yamaku than usual for running in corridors. But that rarely stops Emmy, it seems. She shakes her head weakly and offers a slight, composed smile. I don't think there's anything we could do to stop her, I'm afraid. Shall we be off, then? We shall.
Lily heads off along the hallway, and Hanako hurries after her. The route oh my god, bro, why can't I read today? Put me down. The route to the room the two use for tea is fairly simple to retrace, being still fresh in my mind from yesterday. Lily and Hanako go quickly about their business of making lunch. Before I can even open my small bag of food, Lily's busying herself with her thermos and tea bags as Hanako is setting out both their lunch boxes. So is this what you meant by coming here almost every day?
Yes, Hanako and I usually have lunch here. It suits us both of us, so we ended up using this room regularly.
After seeing Hanako's reaction to me over the past couple days, I can understand why that is a boon. That and Lily being able to get some quiet away from her class as well. I take my seat last after Lily's poured the tea for all of us and sat down. Look at us. Wait, I forget in this game, can you... Hold on, before I do it. The more time I spend with these two girls, the more I think they're a perfect foil to Misha and Shizune. Oh, show image. That's what I want. Potential thumbnail. I don't remember what I did for the first thumbnail, to be honest. Oops. Return. Yeah, they're a perfect foil to Misha and Shizune, and honestly, less annoying. Even without a voice, Shizune is direct and brash, and Misha seems to get along with everyone. On the other hand, Lily is soft-spoken and relaxed, while Hanako seems to be the shyest girl I've ever met.
So, how are you faring in Yamaku, Hisao? You seem a bit flustered before.
Apart from getting lost every now and again and being crash-tackled outside my classroom, fine, I guess.
You do look pretty hurt. You looked pretty hurt before. Are you really okay?
For a brief moment, I considered telling Hanako and Lily about my condition, but then I hold it back. I can't tell why, but for some reason I feel uncomfortable talking about it to these relative strangers, even if they have been pretty friendly. Yeah, it's nothing. I was just a bit startled. Judging from the two girls' expressions, I don't think that they're buying it, but in what I assume is their way of respecting my privacy, they don't press the matter. I guess that is one of I guess that is one of the unwritten rules around here. Don't ask. Even if people's conditions look obvious, like Hanako's, there's still bound to be a story involved. Everyone has things they don't feel comfortable speaking about, and I think everyone here recognizes that. So, how long have you been in this school? You both seem to know your way around pretty well. Hold on, I gotta take a sip of my drink. I'm thirsty.
Well, I've been here since the start of high school, but only moved into the dormitories a year ago. Hanako joined at the start of high school as well, and moved into the dormitories when she did, if memory serves me right. That's right, since high school.
So you've known each other since then?
Since I've moved, yes. Hanako lives next door to me, so it's only natural, right? Right.
Yeah, of course. Living next to someone is probably reason enough to befriend them, though I'm guessing that Lily's blindness played a part in it as well. I can't imagine Hanako easily making friends and someone who has to deliberately avoid looking at her scars. With someone who has to deliberately avoid. With the immediate conversation dried up, we started to eat our lunch. Alright. It isn't long before the bells are signaling the end of the break. Like me, the girls pack up their lunches as efficiently as they set them out.
I guess I better be off. Are you going to be okay with Hisao, Hanako?
Hanako looks up at me, and for a second I can see that she is considering skipping class, maybe just to avoid walking to the classroom with me.
Yes.
I don't know what to think. Hanako really is delicate to the point of breaking if looked at in the wrong way. It makes me a bit nervous too, but I push the feeling aside, trying to be as natural as I can. We should hurry up then. Class has already started by the sound of it. Lily gives a nod of farewell as she bends down to take her cane. Hanako and I filing out before her. We walk down the empty halls to our respective classes. As we reach the door to Lily's 3-2 classroom, she turns towards me.
Hisao, thank you for sharing lunch with us today.
My pleasure, Lily.
Alright, Hanako, let's hustle. Let's haul ass.
And with that, we part ways. Lily entering her classroom and leaving Hanako and me to make off to our own. She's still looking like she wants to run away. So do you really want to go back to class now?
Yes.
Hold on, I'm gonna reply to something, y'all. Give me a second. My brain's working at maximum overdrive. Sorry, typing ASMR. Yeah, keyboard ASMR. Sorry. And especially because the music stopped too, so it's just like dead silent. Sorry. Okay. Okay, sorry.
Sorry. Yes.
Okay then. A very fine sound though. I love me a good keeb. Okay then. Don't you LMAO me, Kira, because you know where I just replied to. I feel like I should say something more to her, but it's hard to come up with anything that would be appropriate and safe enough. And Lily was right. The more time we spend out here, the more explaining we have to do. I open the rear door to the class and walk in. Oh, I forgot what our teacher looked like. The teacher looks up at me and opens his mouth to say something. Dude, I just realized this probably looks so bad. Like,
a boy and a girl walking in together? Oh, now wait a minute, you guys.
The teacher looks up at me, opens his mouth to say something. However, as Hanako follows me in and closes the door, he simply nods to us and continues his lecture. This is the third time that Hanako has had her truancy practically ignored. There's definitely something going on here. We make our way over to our seats. I notice that Misha and Shizune are both missing as well. I wonder if it's some form of informal agreement with the staff, or if it's just a perk afforded to the unique students of this school. Listen, but he was about to yell at me for being late before he saw who I was with. Maybe though. Trying to make as little disturbance as I can, I extract the relevant textbooks from my bag and start catching up. The class goes on quietly. The teacher seems like an okay person despite the weird first impression I got, and the material is relatively interesting. However, the way he teaches is really bizarre. It's as if he's expecting that everyone is a natural genius. He doesn't know that I'm actually dumb as fuck. Damn it. When the final bell sounds, I realize that there's still a lot of time left in the day, and I'm left wondering what to do. It's odd. At the hospital, I had 24 hours a day of free time, but here, filling the considerably shorter hours feels difficult. Everyone else leaves, and I'm left alone with the teacher. Muto is examining the assignment sheets we were working on earlier, marking them with a red ball pen. Raising his eyes from his papers briefly, he notices me and furrows his brow.
What is it, Nakai?
I jump at him addressing me, but I guess it's natural to spark some conversation since there's nobody else around. Nothing. Thinking about what I do after school. The teacher slowly puts the cap on the pen he's holding and arranges his papers into a stack, clacking it against the desk twice. He seems very methodical, and for a brief moment I'm reminded of Shizune. But the teacher is more unhurried and relaxed, much more routined.
You have no plans?
No, I considered joining a club, but I don't know what kind of club would interest me.
Go observe a meeting of someone else's club. Might pique your interest.
I guess. I don't know how to continue from here. Muto looks at me in a way that makes me quickly want to take the words back to avoid a conversation. But I can't, so I have to forge ahead. I just don't know how to deal with people. I mean, the other students. I'm talking to people and everything, so it's not like I'd be isolated or anything. I just don't know what to think about the disabilities. It's like, it feels that I'm being impolite if I pay attention to them, and it's weird to ignore them. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. I mean, you could just be normal, bro. Like, you can mention them without being, like, a dickhead. The teacher scratches his cheek absentmindedly, looking very unresponsive.
These things are only an issue if you make them one. You could talk normally with someone even if they're blind or something. Try to look behind the superficial. There's not a single student here who isn't just a normal kid behind whatever they might seem to be at first glance.
He says the same thing as Yuko did. I know they're right, but it's hard. How can you not consider, for example, Shizune's deafness, when the only way to communicate with her is to talk through Misha? Or Hanako. It's not like you can ignore her face. But I'm interrupted by the door of the classroom suddenly slamming open. Teacher! Misha crashes in. See, I should have left while I had the chance, bro. Misha crashes in, hand straight in an enthusiastic greeting. Her voice is loud and lively enough to wake the dead from their graves. She starts towards the teacher's desk with her bouncing step, hands energetically swinging with the rhythm. Muto, visibly dismayed at the interruption, and Misha in general, slumps in his chair.
Mikado.
Misha stops in her tracks and looks around cluelessly as if she's sensing from his tone that something's wrong but has no idea what.
Yes? We have talked about volume control before.
Yes! But she doesn't lower her voice at all, and the teacher just rubs his eyes.
So what is it?
We need help. We are running out of supplies for the festival stands. This is a distress.
She waves a pink slip of paper she's holding around.
So, go get more supplies from the art room. What's the problem with that?
Plywood! Plywood is always the problem. Last time we wanted more, there was only a little, but that time we just took it all and went with that. Now there's none left there, so do you know where there is some?
I don't understand. How would I know?
Shichan, I mean, the president thought that a teacher would know if there is plywood. Was she wrong?
Muto looks like he's in great pain, frowning with his entire essence, and Misha doesn't get it at all. Looking at the two of them communicate is terrible, like looking at a man being tortured by drilling his skull open while blasting pop music at full volume at the same time. I'm afraid I have no idea if there is any plywood in the school, let alone where it would be if there was any.
Aw, what should I do?
Perhaps try to find Mr. Nomiya. I'm sure he would know where to find everything you need. You'd have to pry them from his cold, dead hands, but that's a different matter.
I don't have any time. We're so busy.
She holds her head with both her hands, looking as despairing as possible for a person like her. Without even noticing, she crumples the note she's holding against her hair.
I shouldn't even be fetching these things. There's so much to do and we're falling behind schedule.
Don't look at me for help. Bro's had enough. Literally, he's tired of these hoes. Why is the teacher low-key my favorite character? He is a G, though. I like his quirkiness. Exactly. Mattel looks at her gravely and then suddenly smiles. Smiling doesn't really fit his face. I think it'd be better if he didn't. I wonder if you can get some temporary help. He switches to staring at me focusedly with a hard expression, as if trying to say, go make some friends. I guess I can give you a hand.
You can. Thanks, Hichan. You are really nice.
She pauses, does a double take, and then points at me with her finger, yelping, "Ah!" looking very puzzled.
Come to think of it, what's Hichan doing here? Class is over. You should be having fun.
We just had a little chat.
Oh no, it's not detention, is it? Are you in trouble, Hichan?
No, I'm just, trying to find myself, man. No, I'm not.
Is Hichan in trouble, Mr. Teacher?
No, he's not. Mateo sighs deeply, and I feel like... and I feel that I have to help Misha to get off the teacher's back. So what do you need?
Here's a list. I can try to find the plywood from somewhere if there's none in the art room.
She offers me the note she's holding. I take it, hesitating a bit. I said I'd help you, but this has no implications of whether or not I'm joining council or not.
Aww. Still, thanks, Hichan. Try to be quick. We are in a stall building streak now. We must hurry, hurry, hurry.
She bounces out of the classroom, leaving me and the teacher looking at each other with something that feels like a silent agreement. Well, there you have it, Nakai. We have something to do now. Please don't sound so smug. Looking at the list with a number of items ranging from paint to plywood, all written with small, neat handwriting that is undoubtedly Shizune's, I heave a sigh. I'll be going then. Waving a long list limply at the teacher, I exit to the hallway. Muto. Okay. Got you. The class... God damn it. The classroom closest to ours, designated belonging to classes 3-1 and 3-2 on the right side, 3-4 on the left side, each door looking exactly the same. Further down the corridor, still with identical doors, are rooms that I didn't think were used for classes. I guess the art room is not a classroom as such. I carefully push open the furthest door and peek in. It's a classroom, but it seems rather badly kept or not in use. I don't know, this looks like this could be an art room or something, or a science room even. Am I in the right place? Desks and chairs are all around the room. A thin layer of dust settled on them. There are some easels in the corner, so at least this looks like the right place. The room is flushed in in sunlight from the big windows, shadows creeping all over the desks. Specks of dust are dancing in the stagnant air, making the beams of light almost visible. Jokingly, I call into the empty room. Anybody hit... Something catches my eye and I stop mid-sentence. Hey, ma'am. What's up? Sitting on a desk is a short-haired girl, curiously wearing a boy's uniform with a fork between her toes, a morsel of food stuck firmly on the end. I hate to tell you this, but it's actually not lunchtime right now. It's after school, so what are you doing eating in the fucking art room? You finally met her. The odd way of dining seems to be caused by her apparent lack of hands, but her presence here is what takes me aback even more. Yeah, I'm like, you know what? Okay, fine, I get it. You're eating with your feet because you don't have hands. Whatever. Moving along. Why the fuck are you in here, though? And you know what? Finally, Hisao, you're getting it. This is exactly how you respond. Be like, okay, yeah, lack of hands, whatever. What the fuck are you doing in this empty, clearly not used classroom? How did I miss her before? She's sitting in a corner very still, but I still somehow took her as part of the furnishing or statue at first glance. I'm not being too observant today as a whole. The girl seems to be frozen in place, staring at me with her huge eyes like a rabbit in headlights. Okay, I've never heard that one. Deer in headlights, yeah. You could have said like a rabbit too, but like, I don't know. I'm picky, I guess, with my sayings. She's staring at me, her mouth wide open, ready to accept the fork. Like, eat the food, or no, I don't know. I'm staring at her, my mouth wide open, suddenly remembering I didn't finish my sentence and trying to think if I should. The weird stalemate keeps us both stunned in silence, punctuated only by the wall clock ticking rhythmically.
Hello.
The girl stuffs the forkful in her mouth and is now staring at me expectantly while chewing. This is a bit awkward. I will say that there have been some bangers so far. Oh, the music. You know, when it shows up, it's not bad. Hello. I was told to pick up some supplies from here for some festival stalls, I think. I didn't think there would be someone here.
There isn't. That's why I came here too.
She picks up another forkful. Doesn't that mean you're here then? She raises her eyebrows as if she was as if she was suspecting my observation was false.
You're pretty observant. I guess it does. But who are you?
This girl is pretty straightforward, isn't she? I'm Nakai, Hisao Nakai. I just transferred on Monday.
I'm Rin. Tezuka Rin. Rin Tezuka. I won't shake hands with you, but at least we know who we are now.
That's
very nice.
Her deadpan manner of talking... Wait, bro, I clocked it. Her deadpan manner of talking makes it hard to determine whether she's joking about shaking hands or not. Now that is a stoner grin if I've ever seen one. Listen, she's kind of vibes. I feel like I do remember... I don't know if I did her route, but I do remember her now that I'm looking at her. Also, y'all mind if I just clip my nail really quick? Because, once again, these is one of those things where, like, I get the idea in my head and then I can't move on until I do it. So, I'm just gonna do that real quick. Don't mind me. Just listen to the nice music. Okay. Also, I did mute for that, so no nail clipping ASMR. Sorry, guys. It kind of bothers me. Joking about these matters doesn't feel appropriate at all. I mean, we can't really say anything considering it's like her disability. Or whatever you want to call it, you know? So it's like, I don't think we get a say in the matter. While I'm trying to figure out what's appropriate and whether this girl is, huh? She seems to have lost interest in me and is now gazing yearningly back at her food.
Can I continue my lunch? If you don't mind me, I won't mind you. If you need to get your stuff, the supplies are at the back. Go right ahead, but lunch? School's already over for the day. Whether this girl is appropriate, an odd way to say it though. Yeah, I was like, huh? Just the way it was worded was odd. What word would you use then? There is no word for a meal you eat after lunch but before dinner. Y'all ever heard of linner? It bothers me very much too, but I don't really know what I should say.
You could just say a meal. Second lunch. Linner, grah. Listen, like literally, like wait till we tell her about brunch, bro. Drunch. That one's even worse. It's like dunch. Like it sounds like a disease. Like don't catch the dunch, bro. I don't think you're supposed to eat a meal between lunch and dinner to begin with.
But I'm hungry now. And my delicious...
Now, wait a minute, guys. Is this Alan from Smiling Friends? Red hair, tie. Guys, we got him.
But I'm hungry now, and my delicious boxed lunch would go to waste otherwise. I have curry. It's very delicious.
With much decisiveness, Rin once again picks up the fork between her toes, and with at least as much impoliteness, she points it straight at me.
So, Nakai, what brings you to this place?
Like I said, I was told to look for these things. Should this be the thumbnail today? No, I'm kidding. There'd be no place to really put QM, unless I have him poking out on the side again. I don't know if I want feet in my thumbnail. Actually, I haven't saved in a minute. I should probably save. Like I said, I was told to look for these things.
No, the school. From outside, you look fine. Is your problem inside?
I come to a full stop, opening my mouth but not getting a word out. I
can guess. I'm good at guessing. Better than most people.
Rin cuts me off before I can answer her question. Or skirt around it somehow. I don't know which I would have done. Balancing on the fork like a surfer is crazy. He's just really tiny. You can barely see him, like, bro. Microscopic QM be like. This is why I love Rin full on bluntness, zero fucks given. I know. I mean, part of it probably comes from like everybody being able to tell like right away, like in quotes, what is wrong with her. Whereas like other people like us, like Hisao, can like hide it or whatever and like kind of in quotes pretend to be in quotes normal. I'm really having to cover my ass here, you guys. Sorry, I am now filing said nail that I cut off.
My apologies.
You know, I had to go through the routine. My fault. And once again, well, at least last time when I was cutting it, I picked a scene with music, but this is just silence. Silence. I froze in front of this issue again. I haven't even told anyone here about my condition. Or maybe it's only because it hasn't really come up. I do get the feeling that not making issues of this is part of the social code here, as the teacher said. I wonder if the people here could relate. Probably not any better than any normal person could. I can't relate to Shizune's circumstances, or Lily's either. Naturally, while I go through this in my head... Ooh, y'all. You might hear some thunder in a minute here. Because I just saw, lightning strike. Ooh. Y'all heard that, right? I saw the mic thing moving, so... And there was no music either, which is, like, made it perfect. Oh my goodness. Ooh, I love thunderstorms, though. So, I'm not that worried about it. But, just in case, for some reason, the power goes out, let me plug my phone in. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Naturally, while I go through this in my head, Rin keeps considering what my condition could be, with an overtly contemplative look on her face. She puts her fork between her lips and leans back, looking at the ceiling as if the answer was written up there. A beam of light illuminates her face from the window side, creating a mask of dark shadow on the other side. Sorry.
I don't think it's anything in your head, and something in your guts would be boringly ordinary, like this lunch of mine, and less delicious. The problem must be in your pants.
Hey, yo! This messed up Sherlock Holmes kind of statement and the sheer lack of tact delivers with catches me completely off guard. I think I might have reeled back even physically as Ren's eyes widen in revelation and astonishment.
So I was right. There must be something wrong with your tackle, isn't there?
Why would that send me to a school like this? You wild? Me? Me or her? Still partially in shock, but recognizing the need to reply something, I spit out the first thing I can think of. No, nothing like that. I have a heart problem. Arrhythmia. Jeez. I said it. More like blurted it out, but said it. Bro, what do you mean? I'm clearly I didn't. I wanted to, but I didn't. So, it was just the thought of doing so. The girl in front of me purses? The girl in front of me purses her lips together and glowers at me, looking very disappointed.
How boring. Trouble in the pants would have been more scandalous.
What's with this reaction? I'm sorry to let you down.
I forgive you. I collect people and a person with, that kind of problem would have been really great.
Collect people?
People with different problems.
Huh. So you just, go around asking people what's wrong with them? Bro's trying to fill out the whole book.
Pretty much.
I see. With little left to say, Rin resumes her lunch and the conversation dies away, but I keep thinking about what was said. It's the first time I told anyone about my condition. All the other people have either have either known about it already or heard about it from someone else. Or didn't need to know about it, like every other student here so far. Should I have told it as a natural part of introductions? Is it expected of me? Hi, I'm Hisao. I have a very serious heart condition. Is that how I'm supposed to go around introducing myself from now on? I think you can do whatever you want. As if our disabilities would define us? What a disgusting thought, but you do the same thing to other people. Or maybe this Tezuka girl just has an unnatural interest in such things. As I walk to the back of the room to pick up the items on Misha's list, a chance opens to study Rin from the corner of my eye. Her hair is a burnt auburn, almost orange. Yeah, man, sure. And cropped short. Long hair would probably be impossible with no arms. The boy's uniform and the lack of arms make her look very thin, almost scrawny. She is not particularly pretty except for her murky green eyes, which flicker restlessly from below her short bangs, even when she eats. The distance and the shadows make it seem like they don't reflect sunlight at all, but instead absorb all of it within them like deep wells. She moves her feet almost as deftly as a normal person would use their arms. However, I can see how this sight could discomfort people, especially while eating. It makes me feel a bit uncomfortable, at least. I hesitate to think about the word unnatural, but it's too late now, isn't it? I keep searching the cabins and shelves for Misha's things, but after enough time passes, the silence grows too uncomfortable, so I try to force some conversation out of this strange girl. Bro, let her eat. So do you always eat here alone in this late, or do you get the occasional visitor?
Visitors. Maybe you are my first occasional visitor. But I don't always eat alone either. Sometimes I eat with a certain person on the roof, if she's not horsing around.
Oh, you mean Emmy? Horsing?
She likes to do sports.
Oh. That's all I could think of to say. Both of us fall silent again as Rin forks the last bit of her meal to her mouth. I look down at my haul and double check it with Misha's list. It seems I have everything except plywood. I'm wondering, does she she probably knows how to write with her feet, right? So does she do that during class or what? So I think I have all the things now. Note that out of all the potential girls, Rin is the first person you ever admit that to, because she's just the goat, for real. Yeah, so I'm gonna head out, I guess.
That's very nice for you. Don't feel obliged to stay. I was about to take a nap anyway. You need to do whatever you're going to do with that stuff anyway, right? Or perhaps you like to watch girls sleeping.
I'm not sure what to make of this, but Rin looks serious. Even if I did, I think I have to get going. I'll catch you around, Tezuka.
You can call me Rin. I feel that our relationship is at that point... is at this point good enough to warrant this much.
Okay. I was already turning to make my exit, but she draws me back in. Fine, then I'm Hisao.
And then you are.
Rin looks at me hard in the eyes, but that intimidating feeling you get when someone stares at you isn't there. It's like she's actually not looking at me at all. She blinks a couple of times, and I can't figure out why a pause like this just popped between us out of nowhere.
See you later, Hisao.
There's something like a tiny smile there in her face, maybe. I quietly back out of the room. As I shut the door in front of my face, I whisper to myself, what an intriguing person. From inside, I hear a muffled sing-song voice.
I heard that. What is she here?
I jump at the sudden appearance of Misha, who I had not heard approaching despite the completely empty hallway. Somehow she had gotten to jumping distance of me without making a sound. Creepy. It briefly reminds me of Kenji's nutty theory about a global feminist conspiracy, but I pushed through that, but I pushed that thought aside. Oh, hey guys. What's up? Shizune, standing slightly behind Misha, looks aloof as she couldn't have heard the remark that drew Misha's attention, but Misha is visibly excited.
No, wait. More importantly, who is in there? There's no club meetings today.
She tries to curiously peek past me as though even though the door prevents her from seeing anyway. What are you doing here?
You took so long that we had to come check what's wrong. That's no good, Hee-chan.
Well, good thing I'm not joining the stupid gato. Ugh. Hold on, I gotta adjust my seat. My pretzel legs are cramping up like this. She wags her finger at me, scoldingly.
I found plywood, but everything else is still missing because you are tardy.
Oh, sorry, I got the things here. Was just going to bring them.
I think you were up to some mischief, Hee-chan. Who was in there with you? I wonder.
Misha signs something quickly to Shizune, pointing at her own ear a couple of times. Shizune, bro, mind your business. If I say you don't need to know, you don't need to know. Why are you always up in my bullshit? I get you're, fucking council president, right? But, let me have some secrets. Shizune immediately pushes her way past me and opens the door into the classroom I just left. I can only imagine the shock she is experiencing. With Shizune's diligence and attitude, the insolence of daring to deface school property by sleeping on top of it must be too much to bear. And indeed, she stares at Rin, frozen in place apart from the slight but noticeable trembling of her shoulders from suppressed rage, I'm sure. Bro, she won't even let a bitch take a nap on a table, boo, boo. No fun. Instead of blowing up, Shizune just takes a few deep breaths, adjusts her glasses, and slams the door shut, turning to sign furiously at Misha. Maybe she did blow up, but I can't understand it. She shoots a very loaded stare at me too, as if it was somehow my fault that Rin is sleeping on one of the tables. I hope she's not getting any funny ideas about the reason of my tardiness. Hello. Rin's voice comes from the other side of the door, and it takes a few eye blinks to realize she might have trouble opening it. I open the door to find Rin directly behind it, looking at us with a half-interested, half-sleepy face.
Hello. Miss Tezuka, what do you think you were doing? You are absolutely not permitted to use school property for such, disgraceful activity. It sure is suddenly very crowded in here. I didn't know I was this popular.
It's hard to say whether she's happy or unhappy about this turn of events. At any rate, she ignores Shizune/Misha's scolding, so they have no choice but to drop the issue. Oops, I think I accidentally double tapped. I might have, but I don't know. Is there a log? Text history. Yippee! Listen, your game is goated if you have one of these. Because you know how many times my ass has, like, accidentally double tapped a button or tapped it too soon? And I'm like, wait, what did that say? Too many times. Actually, too many. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was gonna do something and then I forgot, but now I remembered again. Oh, hey, no, I didn't. Shizune taps Misha's shoulder, points at Rin, and makes some quick signs.
Popularity aside, please don't do that anymore.
Suck my nuts. How about that?
Anyway, how's your project going? Will it be done for the festival?
Rin looks at them blankly, apparently at ease under the pressure Shizune's cold stare is putting on her.
I keep wondering about that myself, too. And? We'll think about it harder.
As Misha signs her reply to Shizune, her face turns into an unsatisfied frown.
Miss Tezuka, please try to take this seriously. It'll be a disaster if the wall looks like someone threw up their lunch onto it.
Rin nods assertively.
We'll think about it more seriously.
Misha actually giggles at that, but Shizune doesn't, not even after translation. She just shakes her head, taking the materials from me, and takes off with Misha in tow. Rin frowns thoughtfully as she looks after the retreating student council duo.
How rude.
You're definitely gonna go and sleep in that room, right? Because I would.
It's true, though. I must finish my project before the weekend. There will be dire consequences if I don't. The end of the world as we know it. Like weekends usually are, but more dire. Much more dire. Maybe I'll postpone my nap to unforeseen future.
Future. I'm about to ask what project she has and what are all these apocalyptic consequences, but she walks back to the art classroom.
Since you have nothing to do, could you give me a hand? This paint can doesn't fit into my bag, but I need it.
She kicks lightly at a huge can of paint that's lying on the floor next to the table she was sitting and sleeping on. It lets out a dull clang. Being the gentleman that I am, I naturally pick it up. Heavy. Yeah, sure. Where do you need it? Need to take it.
Away.
And with that, she takes off to the hallway, and me and the paint can following, since there's little choice for either of us. The hallway is quiet and empty now with Shizune and Misha gone, so we too leave toward the stairwell at the other end. Every 10 or 15 or 20 steps, I have to change the can from one hand to another because the thin handle cuts into my palms. At least it keeps my arms from tiring too fast. Bro, that's actually real. I've always thought about that. Like, why do paint cans have the world's thinnest handle on them? Like, who designed that, and what is there actually like a reason for having handles that thin instead of having ones that don't hurt or make a really heavy thing easy to carry? Rin strolls on beside me with an uneven pace that I have trouble matching. Or maybe I'm walking weird because of the extra weight. It seems like one of us is constantly walking too slow or too fast, and I can't figure out which. Two flights below, trouble appears in the form of the head nurse and his fox-like grin. Oh, I forgot about this fucking guy. Ah, Mr. Nakai, what a happy coincidence. Tezuka too, of course. He nods courteously to Rin, who does not acknowledge him back, and then turns to me because obviously it's me who he has some business with. Okay.
There's something I forgot to mention on Monday.
Yeah? I nod, waiting passively because I can't begin to guess what he forgot. The feeling of the handle delving deeper into my skin doesn't make me feel enthusiastic about his interruption either. The way I would just put the whole thing on the floor, to be actually so honest.
It's about your medications. Since you haven't been that long on your current medications, there might be some unexpected side effects which might reoccur, require adjusting dosages or even changing to another kind of medication. So, we'll do a few tests regularly, but what I want is for you to keep an eye on everything in your condition that feels off, if you get what I mean.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like, wouldn't you just do that normally? I don't know.
Nausea, headaches, anything. And come see me if something happens.
Alright.
So how are you? Everything fine?
I give up and drop the can to the floor before answering him. See, that's what I would have done the second he showed up. Apparently, this takes longer than my biceps can handle. I'm about to say something generic as an answer, but then I realize how often I've done that lately. Other people have asked me that too. Teachers and students here, my parents, visitors, nurses, doctors at the hospital. Everyone seems to be concerned about that. It's natural for a hospital, not so much for a school, except this school. This is a small school, and both the student base and the faculty, seem to be very tightly knit. At least that's the feeling I'm getting. And this is not the kind of school that gets transfer students too often. The thought sends shivers up my spine, but I give a generic answer anyway. He's like, dang, I think about not giving a generic answer, and then I do it anyways.
That's great. Also, one other thing. My sources tell me that you've been at neither the school track nor even the pool. So I'd like to know if you have taken up exercising as I asked.
Of course I haven't, but his way of inquiring gives me the feeling that I should have been running my ass off on the track since the first day. You have people spying on me?
Not as such. I just happen to know a few people. But that's not the issue here, so don't try to slip out of it.
Well, I was actually doing some improvised weightlifting as an exercise. I pick up and lift the can up and down a few times like some sad imitation of a bodybuilder, even though it's just weighing down on my arms painfully. The stupid grin disappears from his face for a second, then it comes back like it was never gone.
Tezuka, would you give us a second?
Oh my god, he's about to give me the fucking 3rd degree, but over health. The nurse grabs me by the shoulder without waiting for Rin's permission, which he didn't need in the first place, and drags me aside.
When I told you to exercise, I wasn't joking. I understand that you're still in your first week and all, but please don't ignore the importance of this. The reason I'm coming down this hard on you is that habits are not easy to form. The more you slip and postpone, the harder it'll be. It's the same with everything, like dieting. Can you promise me to be more serious about this from now on?
I like how the answers are yes and maybe. Like, yeah, man, sure, I say, lyingly. Yeah, man. Yeah, I promise, definitely. He studies me for a moment, then shrugs, smiling again.
Okay, that's more like it.
I don't like the nurse, but not gonna lie, his theme song is a banger. He seems to me like he's low-key like a freak. I don't know. I don't think that's true, but it's true in my head. Like, he's giving like the school nurse at How to Full Boyfriend School. Saint Pigeonation, sorry, let me put some respect.
Okay, that's more like it.
Like, he's not accessorizing enough. His swag is low.
If you go to the school track tomorrow morning, you'll meet my spy, who probably has no qualms offering consultation to you if you want to jog a bit.
Consultation?
See you around.
He leaves with a wave of his hand and no answer. I walk to Rin, who has been waiting, idly leaning against the hallway and staring at the pale lighting fixtures in the ceiling. Sorry. Even when I approach, she doesn't move her eyes off them.
Are you getting medications for your heart thingy?
Were you listening? It comes out more accusatory than I intended, accidentally lashing out at her. But even so, I don't really want to start talking about it. I just met her. I don't know her. It's not her business. The nurse seems to be happily ignorant about confidentiality, too, talking about that kind of thing in public. But it's not Rin's fault, is it? I look up at her, suddenly feeling a bit guilty, but Rin is just staring past my shoulder. Quizzically, her head tilted like a bird's. Sigh. I don't know why this is so hard for me. It feels like there's some inexplicable lock that prevents me from being more upfront about this. Yeah, they're for my heart.
Will they make you better?
No, not really. They just make me less worse. Rin keeps looking at me for a while longer, and neither says anything further, nor displays any kind of emotion I could discern. I'm thankful that she doesn't. I think I am still not quite used to all this. At the hospital, it was easy. I still haven't sorted my feelings about having to live a normal life with this disability. We leave the main building, and Rin leads us onwards towards the dorm. We stop at the small patch of greenery in front of the dorm building. You know what? I feel like I did do her route. The dorm is built on a slightly elevated ground with a wall and a few trees that everyone has to circle around every time they come or go. It's probably the only inconvenient design in the school. The entire wall, made of some sort of bricks, as the building itself, had been covered with some sort of painting. You know, it's definitely quirky. Most of it is still mere sketches, quick lines drawn with black and white against the gray plastering that covers almost the entire length of the wall, but some places look a bit more finished. There are human faces and legs and hands. I can't quite say what the painting as a whole might portray. Stacks of what seem to be paint cans can be arranged in piles on the ground beside the wall. See, the left is hardly off the ground yet. The left side. It's because I couldn't get in the mood yesterday, so I gave up and went to meditate instead. Meditate. Then it was suddenly morning. I have to work on it, but the guys from the art class are helping with negative spaces and bare surfaces whenever, which is a problem. It's easier to paint big areas if there are lots of people with hands. The reach is better, and it's faster too. She goes on a tangent, waving a little with her arm, or whatever of it there actually is, to demonstrate, even though I got the point already. The white cotton of her sleeve flaps around, which makes me think it could look sadder than it does. But it makes me feel out of place, like almost every tangible reminder of the student base's special properties has in the past few days. This girl doesn't notice my dreary feelings, of course, or the fact that she's lost me a while ago already, and just keeps on blabbering. So that's why I'm trying to figure out if there's something I need to figure out, and then figure that out before it's too late and all hope is lost. Why would the hope be lost? Oh, I think that was her and I just read it normally. My fault.
Because paint has to be painted, and then it has to dry. and then it has to be painted over with another kind of paint. It takes time.
She finally stops, apparently thinking she's made some kind of statement that makes sense. I think it's best to start from the top. So this is your project? You did this?
Yes.
All of it?
Yes.
Nice, but I stumble with my words, suddenly feeling like I've walked straight into the minefield of political incorrectness.
It's okay. You can say it. I probably won't get mad.
I blush really hard. I don't really know what would be the right thing to say, if any. It feels like I'm way more sensitive than Rin is, though. This is really awkward.
Don't you want to ask?
How do you paint without hands?
See, I'm an easy person to talk to, right? With my feet.
I almost guessed that already, but isn't that hard to do?
You're good at guessing. Anyway, I don't think it is, but maybe I'm used to it by now.
I can't get my mind around the fact that she could be an artist, but seeing how adept she was using her feet to eat, I figure painting might not be a problem either. I've seen it, like there's a, well, not painting, but there was like a person that I saw on TikTok who used her feet for everything, and golly, I was like, better at using your feet than I am using my fucking hands, you know what I'm saying? Where am I? Oh no, I read this part, I think. Neither of us has anything more to add to the subject.
The afternoon light works pretty well. I was afraid it would look too flat, but it's not like that after all. I think it's actually pretty interesting. I wanted to see what it looks like in dim light. Do you think it's flat?
Well, paintings tend to be flat.
Not that kind of flat. You know, flat. Like some people are. No substance, no meat where there should be some.
Okay, I get it. But I couldn't really tell. I'm not that good with art. I can't name many artists or artistic terms. So I don't really have anything to say. Rin shrugged her shoulders at that, saying, "Suit yourself," without saying it, and looks up at the sky as if trying to look for something up there.
I didn't think I'd get any actual work done, but if you give me a hand with the paints, I could do a little before it gets too dark. I wanted to get a halogen lamp, like the one they have at Sports Track, but there aren't any.
Rin sure is quick to recruit my help, as was Shizune. It really makes me feel that the festival is such a big project that every pair of hands is needed. Why not? I'm not really sure if I can be of any help, though.
It's just mixing some paints. You can probably do that. Probably. Do you have motor control problems? Like, you know, those people who have some? Cerebral palsy, maybe.
Not that I know of.
I get it. Heart thingy has nothing to do with that.
I just noticed his coat looks like it was torn on the right side. Was it? I'll have to look next time I see the doctor. She gives me a sly look for no reason. No, it doesn't.
Let's do it then.
So she sits on an empty wooden box and very naturally picks up a wide brush between the toes of her right bare foot. Before we get started painting, though, I'm gonna do a quick BRB. I think I want to meet the doctor's spy, and then we'll probably end it, but we're gonna do a quick BRB for now. Please enjoy your lo-fi beats, and I'll be back in an amount of time. Hee hee. raw. Hello. Hello, you guys. Sorry, I'm back. I fully honest, I had cookies. I got handed cookies and I wanted to eat some of them while they were still warm. So I fully just went to go eat some cookies, but I'm back now. I'm sure you guys understand. um okay. She's sitting on the wooden box. Cookie break is valid. I knew you guys would understand. Also, hello, Ultra, because I did not say hello before. Necessary even. Only if you share. Okay, fine. Apparently they have almond brittle, but like I couldn't taste the almonds, bro. Like the only thing I really noticed was like slightly crunchier. So if you don't like even if you don't like almonds, I mean my sister, she's like it'll be a toss up on it if I'll like it cuz she doesn't like nuts in her stuff, like whole nuts like that. Even though they're not like whole nuts, it's brittle. I haven't heard any complaints, so I'm assuming she ate that shit. And she doesn't like it, so. I'm leaving soon though. I have a lecture in the morning. Don't worry. Just you being here and saying hi is good enough for me. Thank you. Thank you for hopping in. Hee. But here, have a little cookie as a treat. I'm holding it up for you guys. Take a bite. Take a bite. So she sits on an empty wooden box and very naturally picks up a wide brush between the toes of her bare right foot. Was she just walking around barefoot, or did she just take her shoes off? I open a few of the cans and pour some of the contents into shallow bowls for mixing. The thick paint flows lazily from the can to the bowl like syrup. I mix them, creating funny, hypnotic-looking swirl patterns that melt quickly into each other to form a new monotone hue. Rin sets to work, every now and then asking for me for a hand with something or other. Finding different brushes is easy enough, but mixing the paint to be the exact tone this girl is apparently seeing in her head is a frustrating ordeal. She wants precision down to the last millimeter before she's satisfied, but her instructions are obscure at best.
Add half a splash of green.
I crouch down to pick up the can of bright green.
The other green. This green.
I carefully pour some of the other green paint into the mixing bowl.
No, that's almost a whole splash. More white. Is green a good color to add?
No idea, you're the artist here. A hint of a smile appears at the corner of her mouth.
Do you lack an opinion?
No, it's just I have no idea.
It's okay, because I've got an idea. Add more white.
With this exclamation, I pour a minuscule amount of white into the bowl and mix it. It looks slightly whiter.
Well, that's not good. It has to be like the color when you wake up and you don't know that you saw the meaning of life in your dream but can't remember it. Maybe it's yellow.
Despite the impossibility of mixing a color like the change of seasons or any other nonsense that's been imposed on to me, I find myself enjoying it more than I thought I would. Seeing a painting being born on the plastered wall feels like magic. I spent the moments I have between mixing paints and crouching down on the paving, and just look at her work. It feels slightly intrusive at first, like breaking some imaginary intimacy, but Rin doesn't seem to mind the least bit. Maybe it's just in my head. Her entire presence emits a completely different air as she patiently works the details, adding layers of paint on top of other layers of paint, steadily moving her foot across the wall to add new shapes. When I manage to produce a passable mixture of paint, the rare smile on her face is oddly rewarding. Apart from the few words when discussing paint mixes, neither of us say a word for the longest time. And even those short discussions soon evolve into a shorthand, both of us developing and using weird impromptu code words for various paints and hues, as if there was some need to conserve words and breaths and sound. We stay there late into the evening until it becomes too dark to paint properly. Good morning, Crusty Crew. Another beautiful day is ahead of us. Sorry, I just started thinking about like the Monokuma.
It is now 7 a.m. Get ready for another beautiful day.
I miss playing Danganronpa too, guys. Real. Sorry, I'm also stretching. I think she has slippers. That makes sense. The sound of an alarm pulls me out of a fitful slumber and into the unpleasant state of wakefulness. I linger under the blanket for a few minutes, gathering energy to rise up while making excuses for why I already haven't. Honestly, I wouldn't mind staying here all day. School is surprisingly exhausting after a long pause. The culture shock still has not faded, I think. Still, despite getting an impression that skipping class is easy here, I don't think they are going to let me get away that easily. The nurse is bound to keep breathing down my neck with the talk of exercising as well. So eventually I do rise up, swallowing the morning medications and put on my old soccer clothing. Thanks to my condition, I was exempted from taking part in gym classes at Yamaku, so I didn't get issued with a gym outfit. I'd ordered some to cover such a contingency, but wearing my old soccer clothes is kind of nostalgic. I can't use them for that anymore, so maybe they can get a new life this way. A bit like me. After all, if I'm going to start taking care of myself, I can't afford to slack around. I'm started from the basics. Basics which include keeping the rest of my body in shape along with what little I can do to strengthen my heart. Maybe then I can go back to something approaching a normal life, or at least something where I'm less likely to fall over dead at any minute. I'm surprised to discover that I'm not the only one present at the track. Not just that, but it's a face I've seen before. The prosthetic-legged girl who bowled me over into the hallway yesterday is running on the track lithely, like a half-mechanical gazelle. What was her name again? It was a short one, but I can't remember. She seems to be running laps at a somewhat easy lope, her prosthetic legs clacking rhythmically on the hard track surface. I wonder what reason she has for running this early in the morning. Maybe it's something akin to mine, and the nurse is oppressing the poor girl to jog just like he is oppressing me. I certainly wouldn't be here if it weren't for my health and his prompting me to do so. Even with things being like they are, it's only because I wanted to get it out of the way early. The fact that I would be less likely to encounter someone who would witness my pitiful attempts to get in shape was merely a happy accident. I'd leave, but it seems that my former assailant noticed me on her last lap. She waves at me cheerfully and jogs over.
Good morning. Your name is Isao, right?
She grins, seemingly pleased that she'd remembered my name.
You may not remember me. Emmy, I knocked you over in the hall yesterday.
How could I forget such a blunt introduction, to say the least. I was playing Danganronpa earlier today. Yeah, I know, I saw. I saw you open Trigger Happy Havoc, and I thought about calling you out, but, I was like, let bro have some peace. But I did raise my eyebrows like, look at this guy. But to be fair, I'm certain all of my friends think the same thing when I play any game, because I can't play games without my friends judging me either. Get out of my way, highlighters. I get called out too often. Listen, whenever you pop up playing Yakuza, it's just because, like, seeing somebody open Yakuza sets off, like, a Pavlovian response where I'm just like, ooh, Yakuza, Emmy has the decency to look vaguely apologetic for a moment before giggling.
Yeah, sorry about that again.
Well, so long as you don't make a habit of it, I suppose it'll be fine. And I'll be fine.
Great.
Not sure she realized I was joking. So, the spy consultant the nurse was talking about, is that actually you?
That's right.
Oh. Not epic, bro. I was expecting someone from the nursing staff, to be honest.
What? Are you saying I don't look like I could be a spy?
I don't know, man. No, this is more like a relief. I was afraid he would have someone watch my every move. Unless you are here to do exactly that. Like, bro, I'm just trying to live my life.
No, I'm here for my own reasons. The nurse just asked me if I had seen a messy-haired transfer student who looks like he's kinda lost around the track.
That's crazy. Bro, let me live my life. I just hope no one hovers over my Discord status and sees my hours. Listen, we don't need to see your hours to know that you are probably on Sims indefinitely. So why are you down here? Emmy strikes a dramatic pose.
Training.
For what?
Track.
Ah, I see. You're on the track team then? Emmy nods enthusiastically.
Yep, I'm one of the best runners, too.
And modest about it. Wow. Time to take a look, see. No, don't do this to me. Just so you know what. And modest about it, too.
Hey, you should join up.
Absolutely not, Pooks. I'm so sorry. Did I actually mute it? Oh, no, it just says there's no music.
It's good exercise, you know.
No, I'm all set, though. I think that much activity is probably out of the question for me. No, I'm not even sure I really like running that much. Sorry. Plus, I'm not into organized sports, you know. Not into organized anything. Anarchy. It's true, I never really got that much into soccer. I mean, I'd run around with my friends and all, but that was really the only reason I ever played. It wasn't for the glory to be found on the field, that's for sure. Emmy seems to understand my meaning.
I see. Not that into the whole organization thing. But now that you're here, I guess we're going to run together, huh?
What? Sure, I guess. Emmy seems pleased.
Are you gonna warm up?
Real men don't warm up.
Oh no! You should always warm up. That is how.
She scolds me enthusiastically, but then smiles and leans closer. Oh.
I hate warming up too.
She laughs suddenly.
Heck, I don't even have to stretch my legs.
As if to confirm her statement, she bounces up and down a couple of times, giving a passing impression of standing on a pair of springs. Her leg blades seem to be quite elastic.
Let's go!
So we both take off around the track, and I can immediately see she wasn't lying about being good at running. Emmy moves fluidly, throwing herself into the run with a sort of wild abandon. I find myself concentrating more on running properly. Hands spread, right? And something about hitting the balls with your feet rather than the heels. I tried to match my stride to Emmy's, but it's pretty difficult. Apparently I'm not very good at it. Maybe Emmy could help me with that sometime? I'm not feeling up to more than a couple of laps today, and slow to a walk pretty quickly. Do I hear music right now? I don't know. There, like, it says, did I turn the music off somehow? Dang. I want to say, because, yeah, I'm not hearing anything. Because there's this in the corner with, like, a music note and you know, like, a thing going through it. So I'm like, did I somehow turn the music off? Like, if I press M, maybe? Anyways. At some point, I hit the M key and, muted the stuff. I wonder how long that's been there for. Definitely this entire scene. Probably maybe since I came back, maybe? At least I hope that's all it's been. Oopsies. Emmy keeps running and doesn't seem to notice I've stopped until she passes me a second time. We were missing out on bangers. Sorry, y'all. Wait, when was the last time I saved? Load. When was the last time I saved? Dang. I mean, there is a skip button, though. Now, guys, we wouldn't go all the way back just to hear what we could have heard before, right? Like, we would never do that. Just kidding. Unless. No. We would never do that. Emmy keeps running and doesn't seem to notice I've stopped until she passes me a second time. She quickly skids to a halt, breathing steadily in contrast to my own somewhat gasping demeanor.
Finished already?
I hang my head ruefully. Yeah. I'm not in very good shape right now. Emmy nods and grins at me again. She seems to do a lot of smiling.
Well, the important thing is that you started, right? Next time, you just have to try to hold out longer, and then longer, and eventually you'll be great.
I'll keep that in mind. It's def been there, thanks. But I think right now I'm going to get ready for class. I'm trying to think of the last time I heard music. Shouldn't you? Emmy shrugs unconcernedly. Certainly.
Nah, I've got plenty of time.
I notice that she's not wearing a watch. Are you sure? Another careless shrug.
Not really, but I've got to finish my routine. See you later, Hisao.
Sure. Yeah. I'm not sure whether this morning's experiment was a success or a failure, but I'll admit that I do feel slightly good about getting out there this morning. And like Emmy said, I just need to keep at it in order to get better, right? Practice makes perfect, or something like that. It's nice at least to feel like I've taken some semblance of control over my own health. I'll have to try to keep this up. I head back to the dorms to wash and change my uniform, trying to resist the urge to take a really long, hot shower. I'm tired from all the running, so I just want to unwind, but I don't want to break my slowly building routine of getting to school before the morning rush. After taking a long shower anyway, I dry myself off and get out of the stall to put on my clothes. Out of nowhere, a shadow appears within the mist. Looming and radiating malicious intent, it bursts through the fog. Thank God.
Sup?
What are you doing here? And what the hell? What are you doing here? What the hell? You scared me. What's your problem?
I should be asking you that. I've been looking for you all over the place, man.
Get out. What do you mean all over the place? I want to ask if he's been looking for me like that, stark naked, but hold my tongue back. I finally realize I'm still naked too and quickly hold my shirt in front of me, but Kenji doesn't seem to notice a thing. His glasses are fogged up, but then why doesn't he wipe them off? Is his vision so bad it's like he's perpetually seeing through fog?
You know, your room and
Yeah, that's it. Hey, I mean, I still had to get up, though. Well, whatever, it's not important. Can I borrow some money?
I don't fucking have money, brother. He puts on an innocent face and looks away, trying very hard to look very casual. It doesn't work. He's as transparent as his window pane-sized glasses. Talking neutrally like this, wearing nothing feels awkward. Actually, somehow it's even more awkward to be naked in front of someone when they can't see me being naked, to say nothing of the fact that he's naked as well. I try to brush the feeling off with little success. Money? Sure.
Awesome.
Wait, why do you need it?
Can't you just give it to me because I had the goodwill not to run through your pockets while you were in the shower? I could have, but I exercised restraint. And in the end, isn't that what the thought that counts? Come on, be a pal.
Well, that makes me want to give it to you even less. This makes no sense. If it's the thought that counts, I should withhold payment, since his thoughts were clearly impure, and his intentions are probably even more sinister since he can't tell me what they are. I say as much to him.
I'm offended, man. But if that is your game, then fine. I guess I have no choice. I want to order a pizza, and I already have most of the cost of the pizza. I need your help for the rest.
I get some of the pizza too, right?
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I would give you some, but you have class, and you don't have time to eat pizza.
What about you?
I'm not going to class. I have to wait for the pizza and pay the guy, and then eat it. It's not easy. You have to obtain the pizza stealthily. If you don't, everyone will see you, and the pizza, and they'll ask for a slice. It's hard work out here. Everyone wants a piece. And then you're left pizzaless in an unforgiving world. It's happened before. That's how I know. Every day I plan my vengeance, so that when people who've wronged me order a pizza, I will be there, ever vigilant.
Kenji strikes a dramatic pose, completely without irony.
But yeah, I need like 400 yen. Please, you're my only hope. I can't go outside and buy my own pizza, it's too far. I try not to go out unless it's absolutely necessary. Let me tell you what happened the last time I went out without carefully planning it out in advance. I was outside. I can't remember what I was doing. Something. Standing? Maybe wondering how I got there. And then, out of nowhere, it happened. Like a flash of lightning splitting the sky. Like how you split a sandwich into 2 equal pieces, making it more manageable to hold and eat. A bird crapped on my head. It was the second most shocking moment of my life.
What was the first? He ignores me and keeps going. I want to grab him and shake him. Is he just trying to keep momentum? I'll go with that, even if it's more likely he just didn't hear me. It was like in the openings to some kind of anime show. Oh,
it was like in the openings to some kind of anime show. You know how there is always a part where the main dude is fighting his rival, and they fly at each other and clash swords, and there's like a big dramatic colored auras and zoom. It was like that, but with poo.
Okay.
So yeah, I need some money. Please, don't leave me hanging, man. I only need 1,000 yen.
I thought it was 400.
Okay.
What?
I'll pay you back, I swear.
You better. That's what it means to borrow stuff.
I don't know when I'll be able to pay you back.
You have 1 week. Kenji winces and makes a noise like a dying cow. A particularly disturbing fact given that his baton is conducting freely.
You're not supposed to be so tight-assed about money between brothers in arms. Man, men have it bad enough as it is. Do you know that male porn stars only make about half of what female porn stars make?
That doesn't mean anything unless you're a porn star.
So maybe I'm a porn star, on the side. Struggling to make ends meet as I fight the feminist agenda. You can't even spot me or crumbs, you bastard. Nobody understands. Nobody.
Wouldn't feminists be against pornography in the first place? This feminist agenda stuff again?
This stuff is important, as I can see that you don't give a shit, but this is serious here. Feminists are a dangerous enemy, make no mistake. You take them lightly and you'll wake up in the morning with a knife in your back. Bam! Out of nowhere.
How do you wake up in the morning if someone stabbed you your sleep? Stabbed you in your sleep?
Women are terrible at stabbing things.
I thought you just said don't take them lightly.
Well, I mean, don't take them lightly for the big things. Individually, they're not a threat. But if there was some kind of war, like a big war, with men on one side and the feminist forces on the other side, it would get pretty ugly. And that day will come when the feminists come out of their central top secret worldwide feminist headquarters and say, "It's on now, motherfuckers."
You're being ridiculous. There's no big worldwide feminist headquarters building. Where would they even hide that? I mean, it'd have to be massive. You couldn't hide that on Earth. Everyone would notice a big fortress with women only in it.
Who said it was on Earth?
I turn away from Kenji and just... I turn away from Kenji and start practicing frowning faces in the mirror so that I can figure out what kind of frown will best express my emotions. He can't see me from this distance anyway, which unfortunately means that he just keeps on ranting without any regard to center stability, or sensibility, or whatever that said. That's a crazy thing to say, buddy. The feminist agenda is trying to get you equal pay. That's also a crazy thing to say. Yeah, Kenji is wild. He's right, though. I'm literally at the Worldwide Feminist HQ right now. I knew it. Hisao, stop being logical, Kenji. It doesn't work. Literally, you just have to be like, yeah, man, I'll see you later. Also, for anybody wondering, I'm pretty sure in the original he was just wearing like a really small towel. I'm like pretty sure. I don't think they just had him cocking balls out. But the Steam version has like anything nudity thing censored, so you're good.
Yeah, there's a war going on. A war not many know about. But it's a great one that will one day boil over and encompass all the known world. Then we'll have to pick sides. We will have to make a stand. In fact, it's happening right now. Imagine it. The bloody battlefield of vicious conflict without end. I almost gave up when I thought this cause was silly, when I grew tired of the bleakness of our fight, when I mistook the time the power went out for a feminist raid and thought the end was near. But then I realized that if I gave up, it would all be over. And I was like, whoa, and knew I had to get serious. Because I'm the last sane man in an insane world. It's about duty.
Must be a pretty crappy movement if it all hinges on one naked guy ranting in a bathroom at another naked guy.
So can I have the money?
No! You can see the outline of the towel here. Oh no, it wasn't a towel. He had those censorship leaves hiding his member. Why'd you have to say it like that? Maybe they've had multiple versions. I don't know. I swear there's one with him in a towel. Which is wild to say, once again, out of context, but... Wait, now I'm like... Now I'm curious, because I'm like, am I misremembering? Or is that a sprite? But then I'm also, on the other end, having to look up fucking Kenji in a towel, so... I don't really know. I think I'm losing here. Because I'm like, am I crazy? Crazy? I was crazy once. Yes, I'm over 18, which is true. I guess, I don't know, maybe I am crazy. I guess I was crazy. I don't know. I feel like man, dude, the whatchamacallit's kicking in, bro. The Mandela effect. Quick, they're changing the timelines right as we speak. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Anyways, can you put clothes on? And no, I'm not giving you any money. He's blocking the way out. It's getting cold because I'm still naked and I want to go to class, so I agree to spot him the money.
Awesome, thanks, dude. We should go bowling later on.
Bowling?
Yeah, it's the ultimate sport. There's almost no women bowlers either, making it also the manliest sport. Should I wear my pink bowling shirt with matching shoes or the pastel green with flower accents?
There are bowling clothes?
Maybe.
Anyway, you better pay me back.
I could pay you back in stuff, right?
I don't have time to ask him to elaborate on what that means. I don't know. I have to get to class. You're kind of in a way. They locked you in a room, a tiled room with towels, and Kenji is there, and I'm crying. I clicked the over 18 thing on AO3 for so long before I was 18, I didn't realize I was clicking it over 18 until I was well after 21. Lol. Bowling is not a sport, it's a pastime, and arguably a competition. No, I feel like anything's a sport if you compete in it, and it requires some physicality. So I feel like bowling is a sport, because there are bowling competitions, and, like, people make bowling teams, specifically, and stuff like that. So I feel like it is a sport.
Oh yeah, sorry. I don't want to hold you up. I have some stuff to do myself. The time has come.
Bro, go back to wherever it is you were surfing on. Time for what?
I just like saying that.
So you just like being dramatic? Is that it?
Okay, now the time has really come.
For what?
I have to use the bathroom. Get out of it.
Bro, I'm gonna kick your ass, I think. Your Honor, I'm gonna kick his ass, I fear. It being a competition is not enough to make it a sport. Well, what makes things a sport to you? Like, what is the criteria for sport? Like, what is darts a sport, or is that in the same league as bowling? Now I'm looking up the definition for sports. An activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment. Dare I say that's bowling? Dare I say that definition of sports includes bowling? Enough physical activity to cause perspiration? Listen, but you don't realize people can sweat for a multitude of reasons, not just because of physical exertion. And you know what? Sometimes you can move and still sweat a lot, even if you only move a little bit. But also bowling is not easy, bruh. Get up there and bowl all strikes.
I have to use the bathroom. Get out of it.
I was just going to, and what does that mean? It's a big bathroom.
So, can I be alone, or I have to be alone or I can't go? The pressure.
Okay, what if someone else comes in?
I'll think of something.
I give him my practice frown, and it looks kind of silly reflected in his glasses. He either doesn't notice or doesn't see. Anyway, so I get dressed and run back to my room, feeling as though an eternity has passed since I woke up. Yeah. Listen, look at Robin just said it exerted her, so therefore it's a sport. Is bowling a sport? Let's see. Google is the yes, bowling is a sport. It's a target sport that involves rolling a ball at pins or another target. Bowling is a popular recreational activity and competitive sport. Bowling from bowl.com. Bowling is a fun, challenging sport. Here's a Reddit though. Here's a Reddit on r/bowling that says bowling is not a sport. Let's hear what this might actually just be. They also deleted their account, mind you. This was 11 years ago. This might be Black Blue's hidden Reddit account. Let's read what it says. Bowling is not a sport is the title. So what are your guys' responses when you hear this horribly unintelligent statement? Okay, so they're going opposite. They think bowling is a sport. Okay, we'll read what everybody thinks. I tried to reason with a guy I just heard say it. I talked about all the possible conditions a bowler could encounter, how they have to decide which of several cover stocks to use on the invisible playing field that they may or may not have analyzed correctly, how important timing and physical form is, and the physical nature of bowling multiple nights a week with several games each night. None of it was getting through at all. Bowling's just a game, not a sport. And somebody wrote, well, that's just like your opinion, man. And then somebody replied to and said, you win, Reddit bronze. This person said, I don't much care whether others classify bowling as a sport, a game, a pastime, or a satanic ritual. What matters is that I enjoy doing it. And somebody said, well stated. I've had this debate with a coworker. I say it's not a sport when you walk in, grab a beer and a ball, rent some shoes, and chuck a ball down the lane. At that point, it is a game. Bowling league and bowling tournaments is when it's a sport. Yeah, I agree with that. I think, like, if you and the boys, or just you, like, when I grab Kiru and we go down to the bowling alley, that's just a game, bro. We're just chilling. But, like, when you actually get, like, the teams involved and stuff, that's when I feel like it's a sport. That's when I feel like it's a sport. And also I feel like I am biased in this nature because my dad did bowl. And things be getting intense. So that's why I feel like it counts as a sport for, like, the competitive side, not just like you chilling and doing it with your boys. When I grab Kiru, when I grab him like he's a little action figure that I found on my shelf. Outside heat also does not count. What? That's like saying mini golf is a game, but professional golfing is a sport. But that is true. What do you mean? Are you saying golfing isn't a sport? Like when they get out there and do it? Like, that's not a sport? No, neither is a sport. Golfing is a sport. Black Blue, be so for real right now. Be so for real. What do you mean? Now I have to look up. Is golfing a sport? Is golf a sport? Let me see. Golf is a club and ball sport, which players use various clubs. Okay, there's another Reddit, guys. There's another Reddit post on r/golf. Is golf a game or sport? I don't recall any golfers being the athlete recruited in 3 different sports like other pro athletes. It seems golf is the line between a sport and a game. Does it just require year-round investment or financial restraints? Formula 1 is a similar road to the professionals, and I wouldn't call them athletes, but it requires far more training than golf. I think what's different with Formula 1 is that they're using the cars. They're not using their bodies. Whereas golf and like bowling, you are using your body. Like, yeah, you are using the club, or you're using the bowling ball, but you yourself have to swing that club and, roll that ball yourself. And that does take physicality, in my opinion. Especially when you're like somebody said, when like you're doing it like on a team or like in quotes like professionally, whatever, like you have to practice. And so you're doing a lot of training. You know? You can still require immense training and skill in order to be good at it, but it's still not a sport. But you're saying that it's not a sport is just because to you don't physically exert yourself enough. But like, go be a professional golfer or bowler and come back to me. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you do. You have to train a lot. It's like people saying WWE wrestlers aren't athletes, but it's like you do a lot of fucking training and putting your body through shit. I definitely think that still counts as being an athlete. Like just because you're not getting full tackled on like a court or something, you know? Also, it sounds very serious because there's like no music from the dating sim in the background. So you're agreeing that Formula 1 is a sport, but like not these other two things? How do you Ultra, if you know what how do you have to be physically fit for Formula 1? Because I'm not all that aware of it, so I'm genuinely asking there. I don't know anything about driving cars, so. Physical strength and skill are not the same thing. Just because you don't physically exert yourself doesn't mean it's easy. I've never been in an F1 car, so I wouldn't know. Wait till the one guy rocks up claiming esports is a sport. Well, it's an esport. I don't know. So teamwork, physicality, competition, these are all things that go into what makes a sport. According to the definition. A sport is an activity involving physical exertion. And let's see what exertion means. Exertion, physical or mental effort. So that doesn't really help. To apply force, influence, like, I guess it depends what exertion means to you. And I think exertion is like, I don't know. I mean, because like when you think about it, if somebody gets really good at baseball, for instance, they're going to exert less like, effort. You know what I mean? So it's like, does that then stop it from being a sport? I think it's really just semantics. Esports is a completely different category. It's not a sport. Yeah, it's not like a sport. It's a esport, I guess. I don't know. I don't really care about esports though. Like I do agree like those people are fucking talented at those games, but it's not the same. That's more like mental training than physical training. That's mental exertion. Because you're going at really high speeds, you have to be fit enough to withstand the conditions. It's a lot of general health, fitness training, and strength. Bowling and golf require more skill than strength. It's like how astronauts need to be fit, but F1 drivers, new sport unlocked, going into space. But F1 drivers have to exert it every time they race. I also hate astronauts, just for the record. Sorry, that was so fucking random. It's like, by the way, I do hate astronauts, just so you know they do not get a pass. Bro, I said I was gonna stop after meeting that girl, and I'm still here. Oh my god, let me finish this scene. That is time I will never get back. We're, a little too topical. Let's keep going, Hisao. I'll get him for this somehow. But right now, I have to get to class. But you know what? We're gonna go to class next time, I think, because I literally meant to just be like, oh, let me just do this really quick. And then I was like, wait, I gotta see what the fuck KENJI wants. Cause it's never a great time with KENJI. He's always the Cold War. What? What year is it? What year does this take place in? What do you mean we're talking about the Cold War? Why is that the title? Don't make me stay. We'll figure it out next time. We'll figure it out next time. Close this. Close this. Oh my goodness. Let me switch you over to the ending soon screen. I should read somebody. Let me see who's on. Mental effort, me using my brain to win yaoi reading competitions at the Olympics. Stop. You guys are goofs. I mean, listen, you know, whether or not you think golf is a sport or bowling or whatever else, just know the mental gymnastics that I have to go through every time I have to read is the hardest sport of them all. Real. Let's see. Who should I raid? Who should I raid? What do we want? What do we want? I think I'm going to live vicariously in Marvel Rivals through other people. So stick around for the raid, you guys. Show some love to some other people. Next stream will be tomorrow. Likely, I think I'm gonna do Hooked on You. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't, hit that follow button. You should. We are so close to 300. It'd be really cool to hit that at some point soon. But until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll see ya.
Bye bye. Bye.